people? We are back. A2TP podcast, episode 257. We are back. It's your boy, International Walt, with the beautiful...
Your girl, Tasha, co-host with the mostest.
And we are back for another episode of us. We were no pod last week. We were on a hiatus. It was Christmas vacation and all that kind of stuff. So we hope y'all was chilling. We was chilling. Yeah, but we here, we back. We hope y'all all good, had a good Christmas and all that kind of stuff.
And if you don't celebrate, we hope that you just enjoy some time with your family, some time off. But we celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa to people. Yeah, all that good stuff that was last week. Yeah. So, that's a Kwanzaa song? No, we're not doing that. Stop.
Each day, we used to sing a song in school when I was growing up, and each day you sing
a different song.
Umoja. It's the same melody, but you would the new principle. So I don't know the order. Umoja, Ujima, Nia, Kuji Chakalia, Chakalia.
So let's get right to it. How are you?
I don't remember all of them. No.
How are you? Wow.
I am doing great. I'm great. I'm blessed.
I don't know why I'm not interested in that stuff. I'm not interested in that stuff like I'm not interested in New Orleans. Like,
you know my theory, but I don't want to say it, you know.
Oh God.
I'm not gonna say I'm not interested. I do wish that there was more knowledge of it. I am more interested in it on a broader scale, not just at holidays, you know, at the holiday time of the year. I do wish it was it's like in all these years that it's been around, I wish there was more focus, more highlights on it throughout the year so that we could be more knowledgeable. It just seems a little gimmicky, I guess. Like they threw that in there, but it's at the end of the year.
Every holiday is a little gimmicky nowadays.
Absolutely, that's true. That's true.
That nowadays, but especially Christmas, you know, my favorite holiday, it is kind of gimmicky, the pageantry of it all.
Yeah. But I'm doing great. I feel great. I look great.
You do. Skin look good. Your forehead shining. Your edges is laid. You don't look awkish. Like I would say, "What's up, baby?" Not like, "What's up, dude?"
You know, that's that good old peace and joy and blessing shining through, you know, because my God has been amazing. I feel amazing. Mentally, I feel good. Yeah, I feel good. I'm going to say I feel like a 10. Nothing is like, I feel like a 9, you know. Nothing is wearing me down. Nothing is wrong. Un poquito, I don't know why, I don't feel anxious, but we'll get more into it. Like it's a special holiday coming up, and I don't know, I just got a lot in my mind, but it's all good things. So I'm probably a 9. Finances, I gotta give God a shout out. Finances are a 10, and I thank God for his blessings because, like, not that anything, you know, abnormal or anything has gone on, but just as we are at the end of another year, just reminded that God has kept us through all the things that, or most of the things that, everything that we've needed, we've had. Most of the things that we wanted, we've also had. And I am just extremely grateful for that. Work is a 10 because work is a 9. I ain't there. I've been peeking in and out there. It's still a lot, even though I ain't there. So it's just like that fear of, not fear, but, you know, the hesitancy of going back and it being, you know, a lot. But no complaints. It's all well and good. Grateful to be able to go back to a job because I know for some people this is the end of the line for them. One of my old jobs, a lot of people were offered like a voluntary retirement thing.
Like a severance?
Yeah, and today was their last day for a lot of people. So yeah, I'm not going to complain. I'm grateful to be able to go back to a job.
Oh, that has started happening?
Not at my company, but at another company. Okay. Yeah. And then physically, I'm an 8, and a good 8. We've been enjoying our time. We had some fun activities together. We'll get more into that. And I'm not feeling like all the way recovered from that, so I'm like an 8. I'm probably like an 8.5. I'll say. Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. I feel.
Wait. How are you? I haven't done that in a while.
I'm good. I feel good.
I love him, y'all.
I feel good. I look good. Smell good. So
You
yeah,
do.
everything's all good.
What fragrance are you wearing? We're gonna start telling the people what we're wearing.
I'm wearing a little Prada today.
Prada Paradigm?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Paradigm.
I have on Killian. Love, don't be shy.
But so we both sitting here looking good, smelling good,
Me
shining
too.
in the face, good skin regimen.
Shining bright like the sun.
She got a couple of things she do for her skin. I just do a little Dove, and I'm straight. But yeah, I feel great. Mentally, I feel like a 9. All good in my head. What's next?
Oh, there's only 257 episodes. Finances?
Finances is a 9. God has been good. God has been great. It's the end of the year. Thankful we ain't broke. We ain't rich, but we ain't in need of nothing. So that's awesome to come to the end of the year and feel like that. What else I got going on? Physically, I feel like a 9. I feel great. Had a great workout yesterday. Was doing some running around today. Yeah, I feel great. My body feel great. My weight's a little bit down. And I'm just, feeling good and staying slim.
You skipped one. It was supposed to be work, but how's work?
Work is a 10 because I ain't there. I ain't checked in. I ain't peeked in. I ain't done nothing. Ain't going to have to do no work till next week. So I'm straight with work. Work is a 10.
God, that's awesome.
When I have days off, I don't want to check in. I don't want to be in. I don't want to answer email. I don't want to text. I don't want to do anything related to work. I don't want to talk about work. But,
Well, I don't want to, but, duty calls. Wows and woes, but we are at the end of 2025, thank God. So I want to ask, what has been your biggest, if you can remember, because we had 365 days, thank God, your biggest wow, let's end on a good note. So your biggest woe and your biggest wow of the year.
Biggest whoa.
Like, whoa.
Like, what happened this year that was like, whoa? Nobody had no hospital stays. Nobody had no, nothing.
You had surgery.
Oh, yeah. That was in February.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have to say that if I'm going through the year thinking about my biggest downtime, my biggest woe, was, having surgery February 24th, if I remember correctly, right?
I thought it was the 16th, but I could be wrong. I know it was February.
One of them weeks, but I had surgery, like had hernia surgery, and it buckled me. Yeah. I thought that I would be able to have surgery Monday and be back at work on Wednesday.
He really
at least
did.
Just walking around, because I don't have to work if I don't want to, if it ain't necessary.
Like physically.
Yeah, and the fact that I'm out of surgery, I can just be on light duty. Shit, I couldn't even get downstairs. Like, I've never been cut on before, so having that be my first time after helping her with 5 surgeries, like, the medicine and all that stuff, all good. Superficial, you feel okay, but inside, shit ain't right. Shit wasn't right. Shit wasn't right at all. So yeah, that would be my downside of the year, is being laid up. And
but thank God it all went well. Yeah.
I was kind of down.
Yeah.
Like, because I was in a mode and I couldn't go to the gym. I couldn't work out. So I couldn't wait to get back. Yeah, that was the down part.
Yeah, so that was your wow.
That was my wow.
And what was your wow for the year?
My wow is a few of them. One would be my daughter. Me and my daughter, I don't want to say reconcile, because we always was in contact, but we just became more close. We had deep conversations. We put some things on the table, and we just became more close. But
y'all did have a period of time where there was some.
I just don't like the word, so I don't want to use it.
Well, I was saying reunification.
Reunification is good.
Yeah.
I thought you was gonna try to make me use it. Like,
no. Like, there was a period of time where there was some division.
Yeah.
Amongst the two of you.
Yeah, and the fact that we patched it up through words and tears and laughter. Was the biggest blessing of the year for me, as far as like a wow moment.
That's awesome.
Also, like the yearning that I had this year for like family, and just being able to be around my sisters and her kids, like that brings me a whole lot of joy. And that was enlightening to me this year, like how much I wanted and enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
For me, I would say my woe, and I'm saying this lightheartedly, but I'm never gonna give up. I was not successful in my I didn't take care of myself physically the way that I wish that I had this year. Like, so for me, that was a whoa. Like, ending the year, and this ain't even just about the scale, but just really ending the year in a place that I started the year. Like, that doesn't feel good for myself. But I'm not letting it get me down. I'm just, praying that God helps me, directs me, gives me some focus and determination and consistency, and God.
You ever think about getting back with your trainer?
Yes and no. But my issue is I have to get my mind right for myself so that even if my schedule doesn't align with my trainer, nothing interferes with what I need to do for myself. And that's where I have to be. I have to have a no matter what mentality. Like, no matter what my schedule is, no matter what my trainer is doing or not doing, like, that has to be for me a no matter what. And I don't even want to talk. It's one of them things, like, I don't want to talk about it more. I read a post, like, somebody who I know, she's very inspiring, and she said in her post, she said, she lost 38 pounds this year. She looks amazing, but she said in the post, I have been gaining and losing weight all my life, and that hit like, damn. I don't know, that's the story for a lot of us. Like, I just know that it is, and it's like, damn, I don't want that to keep being my story. I want it to be like, I've lost weight and I'm continuing to lose weight and I'm maintaining my weight loss. I want the narrative to change. So that's that. That's just my woe. And again, this ain't no self-deprecating moment. It's just accountability, transparency, vulnerability. Like, for me, that's my way of, like, damn, shit. Like, you didn't do it again this year, and I got some plans for myself. And again, I don't even want to talk about it. I just want to do it. So yeah, that was my wow. My wow, just to kind of piggyback off of what you said, just my, our family moved in 2023, and we had went down for Thanksgiving in 2023, and then again in 2024. But this year we had a chance not just to go down for Thanksgiving, but to really spend like some quality time in the summer with them, and it was just so dope. Like, that one thing I love about being with my family, like my sisters, our kids, is that it's no facades with us. Like, when my sister was here, we were having a girls' night, getting dressed up and getting cute, then that's what we were doing. But it's like not required. Like, we can be ugly together. We can just throw on whatever clothes. We can just we just are ourselves, our like most authentic selves when we're together. And I love that about our kids too. And just for my husband to be able to be with us and enjoy that, letting our guard, not having to have your guard up, like, just absolutely being able to be free and have fun and be quiet if you want, or be silly if you want, and sing and just enjoy. And I have struggled, and the sad times have decreased some, with them being away since the first year. But I still had those periods of time of missing them, and just really being able to spend that time was like the highlight, of ours. It just added a different element to our year. Like, we still had vacation, when we went to Jamaica for my husband's birthday. That was awesome. So, and we still went back in Thanksgiving, back down Georgia for Thanksgiving. But that was just like a really awesome time to be able to spend with them, because I don't want to say it like we only, but in previous years we took 2, maybe 3 vacations, but this year, in addition to that, we went to Jamaica. So it's not like we had a lot of like beach vacations, but that in itself was like a vacation. It was a vacation for us without like going to the beach, but just enjoying that time away with our family. And that really was special. It was like a recharge that we needed physically seeing them, hugging them, touching them, emotionally, like it really, really was a good time. And it also kind of made me realize that, which if I'm again transparent and honest, one of my fears, I better not cry, I'm gonna punch myself on camera. But one of my fears and like
I'll sock the shit out you.
The moving away was I've always been very close, like the oldest two especially, and the oldest three kinda. Well, all of them I've been very close with them like since birth. I've seen all of them be born except one, and I was afraid of losing that connection with them by them being away, and that just kind of like being with them and seeing them and talking to them, it just we jump right back in it, and it's no love lost. Like, I may not talk to them as often every like during the week every day because they got lives, I got life. Like, we ain't on the phone all day. I talk to my sister probably 6 out of 7 days, several times throughout the day. But like with the kids, I didn't want to grow up and like we not have that closeness. Like, I have an aunt who I don't talk to. Actually, I like biologically I have one aunt and I have 2 uncles. I don't talk to any of them. Some of them no shade, some of them shade, but whatever. That we just don't have that relationship, and I never want that for my nieces and nephews. Like, I want to be in their life. I want us to grow old together. And that was part of a fear of them moving away, but I'm just seeing them. I love that they're away. Somebody asked me, did I think my sister would ever come back? And as much as I love her and love them, I don't want her to. Nope. Because the life that they have there, they wouldn't be able to have that life up here. Just the logistics of their family, the logistics of the city. Like, I want them to be where they are because they are thriving so beautifully. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, if I have to sacrifice our relationship, then that would suck. But I realize that 2 things can be true. They can have that life here. We cannot see them every day, but still have the awesome relationship. And seeing them build a relationship with you is really dope too. Like, they
real
love you.
Stands too. Like, yeah. So them being away, you can see like that just reinvigorated y'all. The bond that y'all have. So I would never think that you would. I can see you having a fear of that, but the way that they love you, like, they would never forget, or they would be asking, yo, where the fuck is Aunt Tasha? Yeah. Like, it's been a minute. We ain't seen Aunt Tasha. Yeah. And again, like I said, me having that yearning for family this year, or it being on my mind the way it has been, and just being able to embrace the family that you do have, it's big. I like low key, and we about to get into like our Christmas vacation and what it was and what we did, and like for Christmas vacation I want to be in Jamaica. That was like a thing that we was going to start being in Jamaica. Then Jamaica got hit with the hurricane. We couldn't be there this year, and it's always fun, buying you shit and being with you and looking at you smile for Christmas and that. But low key, I wanted to be down there with them.
Why you ain't say that?
Because we was here, and like I had the decorations up and all that, and the tree and all. But when we was like in the thick of it and like beefing and we was going through shit, I was like, if we was like.
And maybe that was why things between us maybe was kind of tense, because you probably was feeling that and didn't express it. And you know how things are when we got things on our chest and we don't say it. That would have been super dope. But
yeah, it could have been.
God willing, things played out.
But it was like, your like your mom. Like, what the fuck? She ain't gonna stay in the basement for so many holidays. Yeah. So it's like, what the fuck we gonna do? Like, we can't keep, like, But it was like, I felt that. I was like, damn, I would. If we're not in Jamaica, I'm not saying like I don't want to hang out with you, but it was like I would want to be down there with them.
That would have been super dope. And I would have never thought to like, I would have been like, yes. I mean, I love all the gifts that I received, but yes, immediately.
Yeah. But it was like the logistics of it, like shit, we right around the corner, even if we was up all night on Christmas Eve, like just to be there in the morning when the kids, open up their shit, that would have been dope. But yeah, I thought about that. I was like, I kind of want to be down there.
Aww. Well, next year, God, man plans and God laughs. So we'll see what God has in store for us. But if for whatever reason, because my sister says she wants me to set a reminder to remind her every week to work on their passports because they want to go take a trip for Christmas too. But God willing, that doesn't come to be. Then, maybe we'll all be together for Christmas again. So we'll see.
Christmas vacation. Last week, how was it? What happened? What you do? How you do?
It's one of them times where.
What you get? How was it? Yeah.
I got some beautiful things, some jewelry.
Yeah, you gotta get into detail. I'm just saying.
Gifts that I love receiving gifts from you, but more than that, I love giving you gifts. So some beautiful gifts. Christmas week is kind of like, I'm happy that we have careers that afford us the last 2 weeks of the year off, because Christmas week, I feel like you're still settling in from, you're still exhaling, the end of the year. It's still stressful. So when Christmas week comes, it's you're just starting to relax.
Right.
So if we had to jump right back into work, I don't know if it would feel as good. But being able to have off Christmas week and then the week after is what is really the cherry on top, because now it's okay, I'm exhaling. Now I've exhaled and I can kind of...
Because you've been running up until Christmas Eve.
Yeah. So, Christmas...
I get it.
And we don't do a whole... because even when our family was here, typically we would see them either Christmas Eve or after Christmas Day. We just kind of stayed, home and chill, which we still did. But yeah, Christmas, it was a beautiful day. It has been. We've enjoyed some time together. And it's been chill. Been able to rest, been able to just kind of move in slow motion, get things done, but at, a slow pace. And it's been a good time.
Yeah.
What, have you enjoyed your time off?
Yeah, I knew that I had a week or so off, and I could tie it into having 2 weeks off. So yeah, I always look forward to this time of year, whether we away or just in the house. So yeah, I love being off. I got great gifts for Christmas. Enjoy just hanging around you and, loving on you and you loving on me, and just being around each other, watching TV, laughing, joking, had some activities that we done, some new shit we experienced. So yeah, Christmas was good this year. It was great.
Let's talk about it, y'all. We went skiing.
Yes, we did.
We have been to Poconos.
Never been skiing before in my life.
We have been to the Poconos several times. We've been snow tubing. When I was a kid, I went to Thomas Mifflin Elementary School, and they used to have an annual ski trip. I remember going twice, but I was probably 6, 7, 8 years old. So I remember, but very vaguely. So I've never been skiing as an adult. So for me, I felt like this was a new adventure, and it was a time. First of all, the logistics of it, horrible. I don't know whether it was just the day we went. So you're talking about a 2-hour drive. Then the way they have it, it's like a production line. You wait for a helmet, which was about an 1.5 hour line. Mind you, we're bundled up because we're going to the Poconos, but now you're waiting in line with all this bundleization going on. So now you're getting hot. So you wait an 1.5 hours for a helmet. Then you got to get
in a room with
boots.
300, 400 people.
Then you got to get boots. So now that's another about 45 minutes. Then you got to get your skis, which is about another 45 minutes. So you're talking about a 2-hour drive, an hour wait for the helmet, and then an 1.5 hours between your boots and your helmet. We left our house at 2:00 and did not get to ski until 8:00. Literally 8:00. So the logistics of it could have ruined the experience. I'm happy that it didn't, but it did kind of damper it. Because we was tired.
It was close. I was in line about to blow a fucking gasket. And I just kept looking at you
And
I'm with her. Like, it's our first time doing it. She
and
ain't never
nothing
been
we
here.
can do.
Yeah, I never been here. So who am I mad at, and why am I bitching at her? I was thinking these things in my head, but as we were standing there, and it was like, oh my God, why is this shit taking so long? Like, for a helmet, why is this taking so long?
And my mind starts to think about, not to like tie into work, but this is just how my mind thinks. My mind starts to think about process improvement. Like, looking at the picture, looking at the logistics of something and how a business is ran, I just start to think, how can they do this better?
Yes.
And who can I write a letter to?
Over and over again.
Because just the process. And then again, I did talk to one of the employees there when we were getting our skis. He young LGBTQ member, and he was funny. He was like, "Hey girl," he was a young white guy. He was like, "This is crazy." I'm like, "Is it always like this?" And he's working while he's doing it, because I'm not trying to hold up the line anymore, but he's working. He was like, "No." And we went on December 27th. He said Christmas Eve, some action. No, he said Christmas Eve was dead. Christmas Day, some action. The day after, some action. But for some reason, the 27th, he was like, I don't know what happened. Like, and I don't know whether that was just like, maybe everybody had the same idea as us. Start of winter break, weekend. Everybody didn't have off this week. So maybe parents felt like, oh, the kids on winter break. It's Saturday. Let's go to. I don't know. But it was insane. And he said that it was abnormal. So maybe that just how it panned out for us.
Insanely crowded, insanely inefficient.
Yeah.
It was.
And I think they had a staffing deficit as well, because you saw a lot of monitors, like, of where like people would be as like a cash register, but it was no people there. So I think that was part of it too. Needless to say, once we actually hit the slopes, it was fun. It was a good experience. I like, skiing wasn't as difficult.
That shit took
as
me down from a 10 to like a 2. Because I was like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
And once I put them skis on and realized I couldn't move, I was like, I waited all this long for this shit. Like, I'm not going to be able to do this.
Yeah.
And then I got it together. And once I went down, it was like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah, yeah. For me, it was like, once you put the pieces together, and you know what else I think may have helped, like, if we would have did the like little mini lesson, because a lot of things we learned on our own, because like when you showed me how to take the skis off with the pole, like that would have kind of helped with some things, but we learned as we moved along. We had a really good time. My body is still recovering.
We probably walked up the hill probably 10 times. A good 10 trips we took down.
Mind you, the skis, you can't walk with them. So every time you go down the hill, you had to take them off to walk back up with 30-pound boots on your legs. Yeah. So my calves,
30 pounds a piece.
My calves are still recovering, and here we are 4 days later. Yeah. Like, if I had to run right now, I'm scared that something might pop in my calf.
But I see why because I was thinking, why do they have to be so big and steel and strapped to you like that? Because you'll break a fucking ankle.
Yeah, skis. But that's what I felt like. If you fall, you kind of I'm not gonna say you couldn't, because anything could happen. You might break a knee, but your ankle would be okay, because it was so in place.
Your ankle and your shin gonna be okay. But man, that boot was like, your foot was stuck. So you can definitely tear a knee ligament or some shit like that. But your foot was planted, and I've never been in skis before, in ski boots. We saw people snowboarding. And I thought, like, maybe I could try that, but the way they fell on their boards, it's almost like if you don't know how to keep the board at a tilt and that edge digs in the snow, it's like an automatic wham! Like, you just fall flat so fast. And
they seem to be getting up like it didn't bother them.
I'm not trying to knock no teeth out or like bust a chin open.
Pay too much for them teeth.
Yeah, like, I ain't doing that. So,
because when you fall, it's actually ice down there. Like, it's more ice than it is snow. So it ain't that soft to fall. And my body will tell you. The last time we fell, and we actually, after we went up and down a few times, we were on a baby slope. And then we said, we're going to go up a little bit higher. The velocity in which your body is going down the hill is frightening. I a few times. It's like that I always have a hard time saying fight, flight, or freeze moment. It was almost like for me flight, and my flight was to fall, if that makes sense, because it was like I'm going so fast, I don't know what's gonna happen, so let me just take myself out. And that might be stupid.
You fall backwards though. You gotta fall like over. You were falling like
I was trying to fall on my butt.
You do not want to fall backwards because you're gonna snap back as you did and hit your melon.
Yeah.
But that's why I said you just gotta tip over. Like you get scared, you can't take it, just tip the fuck over.
Going down the hill, it feels so good and free. Like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this. And it's like, oh my God, like it's almost like you're forecasting danger. And you don't really know if danger's gonna happen, because a couple times I went down, I was successful and I didn't fall and it felt good. But fighting through that for me was hard. It was like, I want to do this. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. Oh my God, I'm going to kill myself. Just fall.
Remember the first time I went down standing up like a statue. The guy was like, bend your knees, bend your knees. And I just was like, boom. Like, I was like, oh, I get the concept of this now. Like, the balancing part. Like, you got to get low center of gravity and you'll be okay. And those boots kind of plant your ass in that spot where like you can make this my gravity spot, like this is my power point. That's how I felt.
The lower you stoop down, do you go faster? Yeah, that's the scary part. When you're doing it right, you're gonna go fast as hell.
What did you keep doing? You was going down the hill, you kept bending your knees and tucking your sticks back, like trying to go fast.
No,
that's what makes you go faster.
I didn't know what the hell
you were in the speed position. You're like, and then talk about I'm going too fast.
The last time we were going down, we said this was going to be our last time. Well, it definitely was, because I went down and baby, I fell and my head hit that ice. My sister seen the video. She going to say, you were sitting on the ice reevaluating your whole life. She said, you was looking around like, I can't believe this is what I'm doing right. And it was one of the moments where I just kind of felt like, wow, I hope I'm okay. Like, it hurt, but it was more stunning than anything. So I couldn't even focus on the pain at that time. And I did have a headache for like 2 days after. So I think I had like a little bit of whip. And my shoulders still, that could be from a little bit of working out too, though. But I was very stiff. Like, it was fun. Do you think it was worth the stiffness and soreness?
Yeah, because we never did it before. I think if you get into a groove where it's like, hey, when it's cold like this, we go 2 or 3 times, then you can, get into the groove of it. But for never being on skis a day in our life, I think we did awesome.
Yeah.
We went down the hill 10 times. We fell 3 or 4 times a piece. Yours really bad at the end. Yeah. But yeah, for the most part, we left with our limbs. Nothing was broken. No bones was sticking out. Ligaments
and we wasn't
intact.
That wet.
Yeah, we wasn't soaking wet, and we left smiling like, hey, this was a good experience. We come back. The fucking dry again. We left our house at 2:00. We didn't step on the mountain until 8 o'clock. That like it was ridiculous how long the wait was. Ridiculous. When we got there, it was 3.5 hours before we touched snow. Like, when we got there, it was like all the waiting and all that shit, the signing, the tickets, the scanning, all that shit. It was 3.5 hours before we even got on. Now it's dinner time, but we're like, hey, look, we got to have fun. We done waited all. We're this far into it. Like, let's just have fun and figure it out. It was crazy.
And I think next time we just have to, because we went during, it's a half price tickets.
We had a plan and everything.
Yeah, during the twilight time. I think we have to just forego trying to get the discount, go early, then maybe we can stop, have a little break, eat something, then go a little bit more if we want. Because it wasn't a place to sit down. Yeah. Like, where we were was just like, you either skiing or you're leaving. So we got to kind of come, because there was the clubhouse or whatever they call it, where you can go in and chill. They had some restaurants in there, but we just wanted to get it to the snow. So we didn't even check out the lay of the land once we got on the snow because it took so long to do that. So we just was like, okay, here, let's just ski finally. And, you know, we made the best of it. We really had a good time. I'm happy. I'm always happy to enjoy new experiences with you. What are some things that are on your bucket list? Like, not saying for 2026 necessarily, but just, like, we know we want to travel and go places, but what are some, like, adventures? Am I boring you?
No.
What are some adventures on your bucket list that you want to experience?
I mean, skiing was one of them. It's not so much adventure for me because, God willing, I'm almost 50 years old. So it's more of a risk assessment thing for me. But it's just things I want to see, you know, Grand Canyon, shit like that. Okay. But I don't want to, and I wouldn't be opposed to walking through the Grand Canyon. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to, you know, go on those giant hikes and shit where you got to be, you know, super fit to do so. But yeah, things I would want to see, not too much I want to do. I don't want to jump off cliffs. I don't want to bungee jump. I don't want to jump out of planes. Yeah, so maybe I'm just not that adventurous at this big age because I'm just thinking like, hey, I don't want to break a bone and be out for fucking 3 months. I don't want to go somewhere with her, she get hurt, and I bring her back and she ain't the same. Yeah. Like, well, we got in some hospital over there, her bone sticking out her leg because she jumped off a cliff and clipped a rock. Like, I don't want to have to go through that.
Two things, and it's kind. I'm hoping that in our life we can kind of kill two birds with one, or three birds with one stone. I want to visit Alaska, and while there, I want to go dog sledding. And I want to go whale watching. Whale watching is something that I pray to God before we leave this earth that I get to experience. The only caveat to that is, if you know me or if you don't and you've been watching this, y'all know I have bad motion sickness. So I have to be able to go whale watching like from the shoreline. And I think Alaska is the place like where you can be somewhere. I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about it and just watching the whales like in their habitat, just like
such a pussy.
In the why would you say that on camera?
Cut that out, babe. I'm just saying.
I ain't cutting it out, giving me more work. I just want to see the whales. Like, that is like the enormity of them. Like, it's almost unbelievable, but I believe it because they're there. But I think I probably will cry watching them. I'm 99% sure I will cry at the fact that, not that one of my dreams came true, but just in awe of them.
I could,
but so I those are two things. Now we probably could do that in like Nova Scotia, like Canada too. But I figure we might as well go to Alaska so we can do both.
I could see me being a pussy and crying at the whales because I always shit on it. But if I saw a big ass whale size of a bus come out the water, I would be like, God damn. I'm just a kid from 26th Street. What am I doing looking at this goddamn whale come out the water like this? And it's huge. So yeah, I could see that.
Would you go dog sledding?
The Adirondack thing.
Now, I'm not saying let them take me on no 8-hour journey.
That's 1,000 miles of dog sledding. Like, no, I'm good with that. That shit
I'm
like
not
10
saying
days long.
No, I just want to like, you know, them like how we go.
Like pull you for a little bit?
Like how we go on the wave runners, like go on like an adventure that's, you know, for a half hour or something like that.
Oh yeah, I definitely would.
Yeah, I'm not talking about going a 10-day long journey with them.
I definitely would do it.
Who the hell do you think I am?
Oh, I know about. I want to go hunting. I want to go hunting. Like, I don't know. Again, I can't say how I'm going to feel after doing hunting. Like, hey, I did a bad thing. I don't want to do this again. Or, hey, I want this to be a part of my life. I want to do it again. But I do want to try to attempt to hunt. And I need somebody, like, not just go in the woods and hunt, but a person, like, who knows how to hunt, show you how to hunt and take you on a journey to see, like, if you could shoot something that's feral or something like that. So I would like to attempt to hunt. That's a bucket list thing.
My problem with you going hunting is I'm going to go with you. And I don't know, I'm probably going to cry, like, at the animals being killed. Like, I don't want to be in that environment, but I also don't want to let you go with anybody else by yourself.
But it's hunting. It's like the environment to kill animals. You may not get anything that day. It's just the experience of it. But if you do, you knew that when you went in, so you kind of know what to expect. Kind of like when you go on safari, like you may see an antelope get eaten by a lion.
That's why I don't want to go
on
safari.
So don't like embark on this and be like acting like the PETA people once you see that. This is how they eat.
Well, the animals, I wouldn't act like the people, but I just feel like there are certain things that I don't want my eyes to witness, like a beautiful zebra. Who wants to see a zebra being eaten by a lion? Like, yes, that's the circle of life and that's natural.
Yes.
But I would just feel devastated. Like, I'll probably be hollering out, like, run!
It's like get
away!
That's what happens out here on a daily basis. They're born to run from us. We're born to eat them. That's just what we do out here.
Like,
You know, ain't no TVs out here. Ain't no Wi-Fi. We ain't doing none of that. We out here eating and surviving. That's animals.
It's like taking us back to like yesterday.
Yeah, like we're the evolved ones. They're doing what animals do.
Talking about taking us back to yesterday, moving forward, God willing, in about a few hours, we're going to be into a new year, 2026. With 2026, there is a new. It's been talked about for a while now, but the penny's going away.
Okay.
The penny's going away. And stores now are starting to make an adjustment to prepare us for the penny going away. And I just want to know how you feel about this. So, when items ring up, right? Now, of course, prices they can set to what they need it to be, where it is either a dime or a nickel. So, $3.50 or $3.75. It eliminates the penny, right? But when you factor in tax, that's where pennies will be needed. So what a lot of stores have decided to do, and I saw this in ShopRite, and I saw a sign from Fresh Grocer. So I'm assuming, I think they are like owned by the same people, but I don't know. I guess more stores will start to assimilate to this. If your total ends in a 1 or 2, they're going to round it down to 0. So if you buy something and it's $3.01 or $3.02, it'll just be $3. If it ends in a 3 or 4, they're going to round it up. So if it's $4.33 or $4.34, they're going to make it $4.35. The same for 6 and 7, they'll round down to 5. And for 8 and 9, they'll round up to 0. How do you feel about that?
I think that's a fair exchange. I think it's a fair exchange. We're talking about pennies here. So let's start there. We're talking about pennies. We're not talking about silver money or anything like that. We're talking about a coin that nobody pays attention to and nobody cares about. Some people actually throw away. I don't condone that or agree with that, but society does not care about the penny. The fact that it takes 3.5 cents to make 1 cent, society don't care about the penny. I would even go to say a certain portion of society don't even care about change, which is a huge deal. But I'm okay with it. I think it's a way to weed out the penny, not tax people too much where they're going to bitch, but it gives an understanding of, hey, if you're 1 to 2, or if you're 2 or 3, you're going to go down.
1 to 2
down, or if you're up in that, then you're going to go to 5. So yeah, I think that's fair. I'm good with that.
I don't. I feel like under no circumstances should you round my money up. Round it down, and you take the loss as the business. But under no circumstances am I okay with, even though people may say, oh, well, sometimes they'll round up, sometimes they'll run down. No.
It balances.
No. Always round down for me. I don't want to pay more. Now, if I'm going to pay less, then okay. But I don't want to pay more under any circumstances.
But you're paying more on paper. You're not really paying more where that affects your life. And don't give me that 2 cents over 20 years shit. Like, that's not the case. So you're not affected at all by them saying, hey, this thing is 137. 140.
137, and they're going to make it 140.
Yeah, you're not going to be affected by that at all, except your ego. That's all that is, because you're going to walk out of that store feeling like I paid 3 pennies more, but that doesn't matter or show up in anywhere, any shape, form, or fashion in your life. Those 3 pennies. On any day, on anything you're buying, anywhere else, like anywhere we go, anywhere in life, those 3 pennies will not show up at all. And you're going to have a fit because of ego. Just because I want you as the business to take a loss.
I just feel like life is expensive enough. Don't round my money up.
If somebody said, okay, over the next 20 years at that rate, you're going to pay an extra $500 for the next shit that you buy over the next 20 years.
That's too much.
How? What if you spend $400,000 in the next 20 years?
Life is expensive enough. I don't want to spend more than I need to spend.
You're out your mind.
I don't want to spend more than I need to spend.
It's a balance. If you're in a society where they're taking out the penny, they're taking out the penny. What are you going to do?
Well, 2026 is coming. The penny's going away. What's something else you're excited? Not that we're excited about that. What's something else you're excited about for 2026? Any goals that you have in mind?
I don't have.
I'm sorry. With that also being said, a little reflection on 2025 and how you feel about it going into 2026.
2025 was good to me. It was good to me. It was good to my family. It was good to us. So I'm appreciative of 2025. Had some high times, had a couple of low times, but for the most part, 2025 was good. Again, what did you just say? Man plans, God laughs. That happened a few times in 2025, but that's just a part of life. So just reflecting back on 2025, it was great. Was happy more times than I was sad. Was in the hospital in the beginning of the year, but that was a voluntary surgery I had to go through. I wasn't like sick or anything like that. So yeah, I feel like 2025 was great. You were healthy. My daughter was healthy. No, we didn't get no bad phone calls that anybody died in our family. So just reflecting back on 2025, those 12 months was great to me. Work ascended in small ways for me. So, made more money, got more responsibility. Yeah. So I'm happy with 2025. Going into 2026, I don't really have no. Also in 2025, the way I hit the gym, that was just like that was life changing for me. I want to go into 2026 the same way, doing different shit. But I don't have a goal per se for 2026 except be closer to God. I don't know exactly what that looks like in my house and within myself. So just take the baby steps to do so. I know I'm not going to no church or nothing like that, but I'll figure it out.
Man plans, God laughs.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. If that happens, that happens. Right. But I'm just saying, so I want to be closer to God. I also just want to be prepared for anything that happens in 2026, whether it be a new goal or a new adventure I'm stepping into or something I'm losing or something that I'm gaining. I just want to have the spiritual preparation for whatever is coming to me. So that would be like, I don't want to do this or I'm going to reach that or I'm going to get this amount of money or I'm going to do that. Like, I just want to be prepared for whatever is for me, that I want to be in a great spiritual place to accept everything. So whatever is for me is for me. Like I said, if I'm losing something, if I'm gaining something, just I want to have the strength, the spirituality to be able to walk through it and get through it for 2026.
I love that for you. I love that for us. I love that for me. Because you are a part of me, so I love that. For me, 2025 was it was a year of clarity for me. I feel a calming in my spirit, a calming in my in my spirit and my soul throughout this year. Some heartbreak. It was some highs. revelations, and maybe like not through
want a revelation. To say whoop whoop.
And maybe not through anything that physically manifested, but just, you know, observing different things and being in thought and focusing and asking God questions and waiting and listening for his answers. So for me, 2025 was a good year. Most importantly, it was good because, like you said, we still got a couple hours, but my family is healthy. We made it through this year. You know, didn't lose anybody. And that in of itself is a blessing. Mm-hmm. That is a blessing. My laughs far outweighed my cries. And I'm just truly, truly grateful for that. 2026, I just, my focus is, and I don't say this selfishly because in addition to just myself, I am many other things, a wife, an aunt, a sister, a friend, but my focus is me in a sense that taking better care of me so that I can be the best version of myself in all the ways that looks like. Like, I want to just be more consistent and you okay? Be more consistent and honoring, you know, promises to myself like that. You know, people can let you down, but I don't want to let myself down. So for me, 2026 and just being more quiet and just listening for God's direction and voice more, which I always do anyway, but just stepping that up a notch. Quiet in a sense. I'm not quiet?
No, not at all. But you say most of the things that's on your mind.
But quiet in the sense of listening for God's voice more and not hearing so much of my own, not being so much in my own head and just listening for him. So 2026, I'm excited, but not like, oh my God, something is going to happen. But just, I feel like we also are like 5 years out from 2020, which it almost is, and Lord knows, in this day and time, in this society, anything can happen. So I don't want to like speak too soon. It almost feels like the dust is finally settling from the pandemic. And maybe like my husband said, since the pandemic, life will never be what it was prior to then. But we can, whatever sense of normalcy we think we want or need, like, I don't know, things can kind of like slow back down because life feels like it has been speeding. Like, it feels like we lost pockets of time. Like, I think about, I know what we did in 2020. I know what we did in 2021. 2022 is kind of like murky. 2023 started off crazy, so I know what we did that year, but even as the year went on, it got murky again. 2024, it's like life has just been so I'm hoping that 2026 we get to enjoy more moments and just be able to like really, because we don't know the day, the time, the hour where our ticket is punched. But hopefully, you know, if God grants us more of that time, we can really enjoy those moments and just be filled with more joy and laugh. So that, for me, 2026 is just a year that I look forward to enjoying and focusing and being quiet and peaceful. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Speaking of moments, right? You want to get into the grams?
Sure.
All right. I was waiting for you to kind of kick it off. We have a very special holiday coming up. It's in about 3 weeks, a little less than 3 weeks now. And it's called my birthday, right? So, and thinking of, well, that's my birthday. Okay. That's a holiday.
I know. I've spent a lot of them with you. I know when your birthday is.
Okay. So, And thinking about birthdays, right? We've been talking about different gifts, and I sent my birthday my birthday Santa, um, my birthday list. But when it comes to receiving gifts, do you prefer to receive moments or mementos? So gifts or like experiences? What's your what is your favorite way to be celebrated, I guess?
I think it would depend on the occasion. But I do like a moment, because I haven't had many in my life. Was a fugitive for 23 years, didn't do much, kind of secluded. Didn't really do much. We had our little vacations down in Topsail and things like that.
Don't you dare minimize our vacations. We had our big vacations, not our little vacations.
I see how that shades. We talked about that yesterday. That's what we should have talked about. What's the little mean? But that's a different story. But it would depend on the occasion, because for me, in my life, I haven't had that many moments, seen things, been places. Now, we've been on planes in the last 5-6 years like crazy, but so I've kind of fed some of that. I'm not starving as much for that as I was 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. But I also like gifts because I need things. I want things. So I do like a nice gift, especially gifts from you, because they're so thoughtful. Like, it's things that I need, whether it be clothes or just random shit. It's always something that I need or want. So I do like gifts. So for me, it would depend on the the event, the occasion, it would be birthday, Christmas. We don't really do Valentine's Day. So yeah, shit like that.
Yeah. I think this, like, I feel like, and I love thoughtful gifts. Like,
hold on, and before you go, remember the first time we went and we was like, we wasn't. No, it was that Jamaica. I'm trying to think. When we went to Jamaica and we didn't do gifts.
We only went to Jamaica one time for Christmas.
Did we do gifts there?
No.
Okay, and we said sitting there like.
You was like, I don't like this.
I don't like it. Like, but I was like, even if we come to Jamaica, you was like, I want to bring gifts. Still gotta have 1 or 2 gifts.
Yeah.
You
love giving gifts.
You can't have 10 or 15 gifts, but you can have 1 or 2 gifts just to have in the morning for Christmas, to be like, yo, we here, but still, hey, even if it's a few bottles of smell good, it's like, here's just a gift for you. But to wake up on Christmas with no gift, I don't like that. Yeah. I don't like that at all.
Yeah. See, for me, I love gifts of any kind, not just for birthday. Like, for me, the gifts are just the thoughtfulness of it. I love a random gift. Like, he's come home before and like bought me 2 pocketbooks. Like, just he heard me kind of mention it or seen me looking at something, and just for GP, like, a Wednesday in March. Like, so it doesn't have to, and for me, those are the things that's like, wow, like, you just were thinking of me. My birthday too, like, I have, in addition to my amazing husband, I get amazing gifts from my sisters and from my Toya. Like, I just get great gifts from people that are thoughtful. But even from like the kids, like, they'll get me like, best aunt in the world, an ink pen, something like that. I just like the thoughtfulness behind gifts, and I keep just about everything. A moment though, an experience is great because it's like, and I don't like him. I don't need both. If you want to get me gifts while we on the island, that's beautiful. But just the vacation in of itself, it's like, this is a gift, being able to do this. So I guess it like you said, it depends on the situation. But I think I like the gifts because this might sound a little selfish. It's like, for me, something you thought of for me. Now, taking me on a trip is for me too, but we both get to enjoy it together, right. And we have those memories together. But we always can go on a trip, God willing, that we have the time.
You can like. The thing, whether it be a bracelet, a necklace, or something, you can have forever.
Forever, yeah.
So it's like, you got this thing that it's tangible.
Right. You
Not
can always
like
look
always
at
in
it
your
and
mind or
be,
your pictures or whatever. It's a tangible thing.
Yeah.
As we go into 2026 with new energy, you want to have a clean house, a clean car, want to have your clothes washed and all that kind of stuff that our parents put into us. This is how you're supposed to bring in a new year. Some people out there cooking black eyed peas and shit like that.
Collard greens.
Yeah, just because of, probably don't even like it, but this is just what we're supposed to do. People gonna come over and eat this shit, and that's how you bring in the new year. A man walks through the door, all that kind of stuff. But do you, now in this era of social media, do you ever think about cleansing like your digital space? Like what you went through 2025 with, like me personally, myself, I look at ass all day. So if I'm on Instagram liking ass all day, like maybe I don't want to go into 2026 with that same kind of mindset, saying I want to be closer to God and, you know, be spiritually ready for things and new adventures and stuff. Not saying that stuff is hindering you, but you are what you ingest a lot. So I'm just saying, for people, did you ever think about that? Like, I don't know what's on your timeline. I'm not like in your phone, but maybe like I don't want to see this stuff in the next coming year in my timeline. But it's difficult for you because you only follow your friends.
Well, no,
so
I don't
it would
only
be like,
follow.
I don't want to cut y'all off next year because I don't want to see the same shit.
Well, that's not necessary. I don't only follow my friends, but primarily, like I follow like, you know, other pages that might post like funny stuff, or fashion page like Mia Ray, or you know, or some content creators. But
not a lot of other people.
Not really, not a lot.
You don't follow like a Kevin Hart.
I do. I follow Kevin Hart. I follow Beyonce. I don't follow a lot of people. It has to be somebody that I really, really, really am a fan of, or it's like just really interesting. Some people I just be feeling like I don't care about their life, like to see that stuff. So to answer your question, one of the things I started doing, even like people that I don't know, like a famous person or like a content creator or something, if I felt like every time I was going to your page, like, I'm like rolling my eyes or like, okay, whatever, I don't care about, like, I unfollow them because it's like
you do, old girl.
Yeah, I never followed. I never followed though. But like I'll say, like there's this guy. He's a chef or he's a cook. I don't know. Well, I think he's a chef. And like he opened a restaurant or something. But he was just like so kind of on that Keith Lee vibe, but not as kind-hearted, very catty. That I unfollowed him because it was like, again, if I feel like when I'm looking at your page, if I'm not laughing,
you're getting annoyed.
If I'm not laughing or inspired or like, oh, you look cute, like, if I'm getting annoyed, and it's like I don't have to follow this person. Like this isn't part of my job. This isn't a family member. Some family I might mute because you got to think about people's feelings being hurt. But then some people I don't care. I would just unfollow them. But like if it's a person that I don't know in real life and I'm feeling like you're annoying me, irritating me, I don't like your content, I'm rolling my eyes, or like I just unfollow. And I've done that a lot. Or like and I'll say to myself, the last 3 times you came to this girl page, like, ugh, you don't like her attitude or you don't like what she's saying, I'll unfollow. So that's something that I purposely, like when it comes to like the gossip pages and stuff like that, I'll look at Shade Room from time to time. I'll look at what's the other one? Baller Alert.
Complex.
I never looked there. Was it Hip Hop Hollywood Unlocked?
Mm-hmm.
I'll look there, but I don't follow any of those pages because, like you said, you are what you ingest, and I don't want to constantly see that stuff. If I
also, not to cut you off, you follow a page like Hollywood Unlocked. They post 180 times a day. It's like you'll be like, I gotta unfollow this shit because it's constantly coming up if you got your notifications on.
No, and that's another thing. I do not have any notifications coming to my phone from social media. So if you send me a comment, if you DM me, if you like a post, like if you ask me something on Facebook, I will only see it once I go there. So if I'm working all day and I'm not on social media, and you sent me a message 6 hours ago, I'm just opening the app. So I don't need, I have text messages. So people who know me, love me in real life and need me, they know how to get in contact with me or call me. But I don't even have notifications on for my email, because like my email, I don't really use for like whatever. I just have no notifications on for social media. I don't need that popping up on my phone. Like, again, a text message from a family, friend, loved one, whatever is enough for me. So I'll go and, like, you know, Toya might have sent me, you know, 3 posts 6 hours ago, and I'll respond then. But I don't see that stuff in real time. That's too much for me.
I don't always see it in real time too. I have notifications on, but sometimes they're silent, so I see them, but it don't like ding 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 all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think of like I don't want to follow the murder, death, kill pages all the time. Like seeing people getting their head blown off, or you know, somebody pulling a baby out of a river in a trash can. Like just all kinds of macabre, inhumane shit. Like I don't know if I want to ingest that going into 2026. Like I don't think I want to do that anymore. Like,
and it's at your disposal if you want to see it. You can. It doesn't serve
me any. And I don't follow. I took a page out of your book. I don't follow the pages like Baller Alert and Hollywood Unlocked. I go to those pages also. Like if I want to hear something, or if something is tingling on social media, oh, these people will have it. They'll have a story about it. So let me go read it there. And
sometimes I might just go to the shade room and see like, okay, what was the last 10 stories? And it'll be about like that girl Krishan or NBA young boy, and it'd be like, I'm out. Like I don't care about none of this.
Shit. I'm out. Yeah, I'm good on that. But I do think about the cleansing of the digital space, just to, you know, because if you can't keep everything the same,
no,
you just can't keep everything the same.
And then at some point you figure like it becomes so mundane. You have to think, is this dumbing me down? Like I love following the pages, and I can't think of the name, but it like it posts like the most randomest words and tells you like what it means. And these are like words you probably, it'll say like, I'm gonna make this up, like calligraphile, and it'll be like, oh, someone who loves calligraphy. Like I'm just completely making it up because I can't think of anything right now. So I'll follow pages like that, spiritual pages, and some of them, because even some of those, like certain pastors and stuff like that, if I want to go find a message, I'll look for it, but I don't always want that, because that just gets a little tricky for me too. Any type of
spiritual thing, I go to Potter's House. If I do look for something spiritual,
okay,
I go to Potter's House. I've never looked at anything else as far as spiritual.
Oh wow.
To like as far as Instagram.
Okay.
Like it's just been Potter's House, and that's just been clips of stuff. Because I know you've spoken highly of the
Sarah Jakes.
Yeah, of Sarah Jakes. So I've listened to her. TD, I take him with a grain of salt because his voice and you know.
You don't want to be swallowed.
I don't want to be swallowed. Do you want to be swallowed? I don't need that. Last gram, Anthony Joshua. R.I.P. to his trainer and one of his best friends. Guy just came off a great boxing match with Jake Paul, won $100 million, goes to Nigeria, back home to celebrate, and gets into a car accident that's put out in real time on the internet, on Twitter, and his 2 friends died in it. Like, that's super duper serious. He was in the back seat behind the driver, guy in the passenger seat, and the guy in the, but that was behind the passenger, died. Horrible accident. It was put out on social media in real time of them getting peeled out of the car, sheets over the car, bodies and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how that shit gets to the, well, I know how, but but just rest in peace to his family, his friends, his trainer. Condolences to him. Yeah, that's about it.
You know, I was just introduced to him during the him and Jake Paul, Logan Paul? Jake Paul fight. I was not familiar with him before. He is a British Nigerian and great fighter, handsome man. And to be at such a high in your life and to fall off the cliff like that, figuratively speaking, is such devastation. I cannot. It makes no amount of money in the world is worth that kind of heartbreak that I can only imagine that he feels. So as
I don't think humans should have dips like that.
That's the kind of stuff that like
place where it's like you're protected against that, because that can do something to you mentally. You on 100,
never recover,
and then you down to 0, and you got to walk through that before you can get to 100 again. You it's like too much of a.
Yeah, but you know, again, like you mentioned, condolences to the families of those who are lost. It's a shame that in this digital media world, that, you know, the horrific things that are exposed on social media like that. I couldn't imagine finding out about my loved one being killed. Not only finding out about it, but the visual of it being seen. Like we talked about being in a safari. I don't want to see a giraffe get, you know, beautiful giraffe that we grew up seeing like in storybooks and stuff be maimed by a lion, which we know is a part of the circle of life. And just like car accidents, we know that happens in life, but some things like we shouldn't see as like our source of entertainment, and let alone the families should not see that. So, you know, praying for all who were involved, who are impacted physically, mentally, spiritually. And, you know, it's one of them things, just goes to show you the fragility of life. In a moment, things can change. Man plans, God laughs. I don't know, and I'm not saying God's laughing necessarily. This is a God laughing in a means of taking away his friends and family, but we just don't know. So just make the best, whether you like mementos or moments, make the best of everything, because, you know, as we head into a new year, it wasn't guaranteed, and we still got a couple hours. Well, by the time y'all seeing this, it's the new year. But, you know, we just don't know what tomorrow holds. So, you know, you can plan all you want, and it's good to plan because you want to enjoy life, but also remember to make the best of each moment, because you just don't know. You know, we planned to be in Jamaica, you know, but we had to make the best of it. I wish you would have spoke up. We would have been in Georgia, but we just grateful for where we are, and we're grateful for all of the viewers, whether it, you know, some episodes had 2 viewers, some of them had 22. We're just grateful for every single person that laid eyes. And if you've enjoyed anything that we've said, if we made you laugh, if you rolled your eyes at us, tell a friend and tell them to watch, and let's see how they feel. And we just pray that 2025, if it wasn't a great year for you, that things turn around and that your joy outweighs your tears in 2026.
Happy New Year to everybody. Hope you come into this new year with great health. Hope it stays that way. Hope you don't get no bad phone calls. Hope you don't get down on your luck. And if you do, I hope you're close to God so you can get out of it. So just good prosperity and Happy New Year to everybody that's watching. Like she said, whether it's 2 or 22 or 2,200 or 22 million. Happy New Year to everybody. We got love for everybody. So there's that.
Y'all know how we say it.
It's a wrap. Episode 257 coming to a close. Last pod of the year. More pods to come. Happy New Year, everybody. If you fuck with us, you fuck with us. If you don't,
you should.
Peace. Thank you.